Hey, what do you know? We're back. Alrighty. Well, like I said, everyone, we are finally back here with some more Minecraft. Sorry, it's been a couple days. I have been unbelievably tired from work recently. I've been doing quite a lot again, and I just have really needed some time to sleep. So, you might have noticed I actually pushed the stream schedule back an hour as well, from 7 to 10 to 8 to 11. So that way I get a little bit more time to rest up and actually go do some stuff. But we're back, finally. Last time we went ahead and planted in our mud pit for the bamboo farm, along with the glowstone and the glass that will start to surround it. And this time we really are just trying to gather a bunch of materials to go ahead and get this all built out. So we need a lot of glass, like a lot of glass. So I think, maybe one step at a time. Why don't we go ahead and get the glass first? And then we will kind of go from there. I think that's a fair deal. Currently here on day 437 as well, so we're doing quite well for ourselves. We've got a nice little chunk of iron yet again. And we really need we need glass. Oh, hey random cat. How you doing, little buddy? Yeah. Last time we built out these extra parts of it as well to actually have our base look a little bit prettier. Just because I felt like it. And I still like it. I still think it was a really cool decision to have those extra bits, and I think it was a very good call. So it's a bit unfortunate the bamboo farm is going to block it, but that was obviously like expected, but that still looks sick as fuck, man. I like that quite a lot. So we're going to go ahead and make sure not to dive straight into the ground in case my mouse decides to just give up, because that would be really frustrating to have that happen. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and make a trip out into the world. And we're going to go get probably a shulker box of sand, I'd say would, I guess we can make more shulker boxes, so we'll make them on site. But yeah, we'll probably get a shulker box or two of sand from the desert. We do have a desert by the mangrove biome that we were at last time, so we should be able to get that knocked out. And all of that sand will get us all of our glass that we're going to need here. And then while we're cooking all of that up, we can go ahead and get some glowstone. Because we'll also need a large batch of that too. That should be fine. And let's see here. Let's see here. Mangrove. Our matching is negative 2180, positive 73. Alright, we're going to go that way first and then make a left-hand turn, I believe it was. So we'll go ahead and get on out there into the world and see what we can go ahead and do. I believe I had taken like this subpath, if I'm not mistaken. I also want to consider a way to make those curves a little bit better. I haven't really worked on those in a hot minute. I feel like it is time to try and get those figured out, but I haven't gotten there yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, my main goal for today is I want the bamboo farms fully completed. So ideally we're going to get enough sand to make enough glass. We're also going to get enough glowstone to finish the additional rings that we're going to have to build. And then we are going to build both sets of flying machines along with their stopping points on each end, and that should cover it. And then we really just have to plant the bamboo and also do the hoppers underneath, and then we pretty much should be good to go. So it shouldn't be nothing too hard. I also found out that nautilus like spawn in any ocean basically, so we don't even have to be near a warm ocean for it. It just needs to be near a ocean or an ocean, which is good. So we can go ahead and prep for that next time. And I'm also looking into having like some kind of pufferfish farm for them, so that way I can breed them, because apparently nautiluses have like, or nautili have an 8% chance to drop a shell when you kill them with looting 3, which is honestly really good because I kind of would like to get more nautilus shells from just being able to breed and kill nautilus than I would have to do for drowned, you know. Don't know what that guy's doing up there, but good for him, I guess. But yeah, I'm just taking a peek into the village here because I feel like it didn't look like... Oh, we got a desert temple out there. We may as well go take a peek while we're out and about in the world and see what we can go get. Is that a dungeon? Or is that just a suspiciously square-shaped hole? It's just a square-shaped hole. Tough. That's alright. Alright, we got one temple straight out ahead, which we will go ahead and explore first. And then we will kind of pop on out into some of the other parts. It seems like there's another structure out here too. I think it's a ruined portal. Yeah, we'll go take the gold out of this first. Since this one's farther out, then we can hit the dungeon on our way back. There we go. And we'll go ahead and switch this around just for a little bit. And we'll go ahead and just dump in some extra water. There we go. No chest here, it looks like. Bit of a shame. Got a camel. Another camel that randomly spawned. Good for them. And, I mean, yeah, that's cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on over to this temple here. Or Desert Pyramid, same thing, you know what I'm talking about. And we're just popping into here right quick to see if we can get any goodies from the trap down below. But it seems safe enough, so we should be fine. Probably. I'm just waiting to get jump scared by a creeper and have everything get massively fucked up, but I also don't have the materials for that, unfortunately. There we go, and we'll just go ahead and carve all that out. Oh, it's good to have a little bit of extra TNT, so not too opposed to that. And garbage, that's cool. Garbage. I guess there's copper horse armor. I guess we'll take that since, you know, while we're here. And 2 diamonds. Hey, that's nice. And otherwise, that was pretty much it. So let's go ahead and just dump all this away. We'll just fucking dump it into there. I don't really care for right now. We'll take that back with us. We'll dump that away. And the fun part is just being able to ender pearl out of here. That should get us out. Oh wow, we actually got out. Nice. That was a good throw. Yeah, that didn't feel normal. So we're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and fly on back to the village nearby, and we're gonna go mine out like 2 shulker boxes worth of sand. Should be easy enough to do. Shouldn't take too long. And we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. Yeah, we'll set up like right about here. And let's see here. We should have one of our spare boxes with our shells. And we'll go ahead and craft all of that. We'll make 2 extra boxes here. And we can go ahead and set those down there. And we'll just move some stuff around just for a little bit. Some things we just don't really need right now. Like our boat. And we'll consolidate our fireworks for the time being too. We'll keep those there. I'll put that away. And I guess we can put that away for right now. Alright. So that'll help out with our inventory for a little bit. We can leave the crafting table just sitting out here for right now. There's no harm in doing that. And that should get us enough space to just go ahead and mine a bunch of sand. Plain and simple, there's nothing to it. Just takes a little bit of time is all, but we'll go ahead and get this done probably the next 20 to 30 minutes, I'd say. And then we'll go ahead and dump all this stuff in the furnaces around our base. That'll get us started on the glass that we're looking to get a hold of. And then while all of that is cooking, we will try and build the flying machine bits around there. And also make sure that we get some more glowstone, because we do need more glowstone to actually complete the whole thing. Already it's starting to get nighttime here, so let's go ahead and pop out of bed. Here we go. And yeah, Mounts of Mayhem update. Again, the only thing that's kind of cool for me personally is like the Nautilus, just for having a water mob, I guess. But like, I don't really live near an ocean, so that didn't really do a whole lot for me. And outside of that, spears are cool enough, you know? I mean, they're there. They can be kind of useful. Trying to think what else even. I guess they're cool for Elytra stuff maybe, but you know, now that I actually have like a gunpowder farm, I don't really need to worry about that no more, so it kind of is what it is there too. But yeah. These guys zombie horses are still cool though. But otherwise, I mean, I'm at the point in the game where like none of that stuff's really gonna do a whole lot for me, and again, it's nice to have for earlier game, but now that I'm at an earlier game, I don't get to really appreciate it as much. Especially since I don't really do anything aquatic, because again, I don't really live near an ocean, so... And I don't want to artificially make a large body of water for something like that either, because it's never going to be big enough compared to like a normal ocean, so... Not a good idea to tussle with that. Well, we have demolished this mound of sand. Done about as much as we could here. We'll go ahead and pick up some of these scraps, and then we will kind of keep working our way down in the world a little bit more here. Basically just trying to expose all the sandstone because I can. I know at some point I'm going to want like more sandstone for building too, so would also like to have the sand mining area double as a sandstone mining area at some point. Just because that is legitimately useful to have easy access to without crafting, so... The sandstone is a really pretty block, but... You are in fact jaking it all over the walls, Tobal. And for that, you are officially banned for 24 hours. It was nice knowing you. And I'm sanding it all over the walls. There's too much sand. I think this gets us a full shulker box though, if I'm not mistaken, which is always nice, so... That'll certainly help us out. And then I just need 2 shulker boxes. Yep, that's a full box. Very cool. There we go. And we'll go ahead and pick up the scraps we got laying around out here. Don't want to leave anything to waste. How's our shovel doing? Fine. It's doing alright. I wonder if I'll be able to find like a calcite hill out and around here too, since it's a hot enough biome for some of these taller mountains to appear in. I feel like that would be nice to have because I kind of exhausted my one calcite reserve that I already had to build the tower in my base, so I kind of need to keep an eye out for another one down the line. And I mean, we can turn off hitboxes for right now. Not gonna do us too much good here. There we go, got another chunk there. And the sand pile grows. We must have more sand, no matter what. Get my good old 3-day vacation here. Or vacation? I guess normal break now, so I'm off until Tuesday again. And then, coming up for Christmas, I actually get 9 days off for Christmas, basically. I get the normal weekend and then Monday off, and then I only have to go to work on like Tuesday the 23rd, but I should be able to work remote that day, so like, yeah, I'll be working, but like, I can work from home, so that honestly works out really well. And then, I believe we get Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then because the day after Christmas is a Friday, they just decided to like cancel work for that day because they knew nobody was going to get anything done. So then that turns that into a whole extended break too. And then I get that Saturday, Sunday, Monday off after Christmas, which means I don't have to go back to work until the 29th. And then we get New Year's Day off as well, which is a Thursday, which means nobody's probably going to work on Friday. And with a Wednesday, you know, being New Year's Eve, I mean, it's not a lot's going to get done this month. Just on account of it being, you know, Christmas time. So, and just the holiday season in general. I mean, nobody really wants to work that much during Christmas. I mean, shit, there ain't nothing to do because just about everybody's closed or also feels the same way, so it's pretty nice. Gives me a chance to save a little bit more money and hopefully be able to de-stress a little bit, because I've had a couple of large projects I've had to, like, power through again, and they take a lot out of you after a certain point, so it's best to be able to take breaks with something like that. But let's go ahead and keep digging out the sand here. Still got a whole lot of sand to get through. A little bit too much sand, but hey, you know, I do need it. There's a random block just floating up there. Good for him, I guess. And we only need like 2 more stacks of sand, so I'd say that's good enough. Cool. We will make sure that we actually shuffle our shulker boxes around in the right order, because we kind of need to do that. And let's see, we'll take our fireworks back, take that back. There we go. And that should cover us on sand. It's all in a night's work. Not even been 20 minutes, we got 2 shulkers of sand. So hey, that is in fact pretty freaking good. I'll gladly take that. I also seem to have not grabbed my boat for some reason, which we kind of need that back. That's a weird load. Alright, so it'll be a quick drive back to our base. We'll go ahead and dump all of this glass off, and then while we're waiting for this glass to cook, I will try and find the tutorials for a slime block flying machine. I think it's literally just 2 sticky pistons and like 2 observers, basically, and then everything else is slime blocks, and then that's it. So it's some like super duper simple stuff. It's just like the receivers at the end of the farm that like I'll have to figure out a little bit more with like the trapdoors and the lever, because I think it's just like a repeater and redstone dust. I just forget how exactly it like turns out, but I know it's something easy like that, so. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this all taken care of here real quick. There we go. And we'll just focus on popping the sand in place here. We'll come back with a stack of coal blocks to get all this handled as well. I really should make a super smelter at some point too, but this is honestly fine enough for right now for what I need to do. I also blocked off a set of furnaces up there and never even realized it apparently, so that's cool. And we'll go ahead and dump some more into here. Also need to finish building out these furnace arrays at some point too with blast furnaces, because I never ended up doing that. And I didn't even finish placing in like all the smokers across all of them, so these are just kind of here hanging out, which is a little odd. That's alright. I'm not in a big rush for a lot of this kind of stuff. Alright, so that takes care of one shulker box of sand. And we will go ahead and start work on the second one. Here we go. It'd be fucked up if you could use elytra as fuel in a furnace, you know? Just out of curiosity. No, it didn't go in. Good. That would have been a little mean to just accidentally smelt my whole elytra or something like that. I really should get an extra one in case something happens with this one, but I'm banking on the fact that nothing should happen, but you never know, so... There we go, and this is as much furnace capacity as we have, so we got to fill this up with whatever we can, and go get all this melted. That shouldn't be too hard. It's just a bunch of coal blocks. I got a bunch of coal blocks, but yeah, I definitely need to invest in infrastructure again. I really don't have enough renewable fuel, so this coal that I have will get me by, but like it's non-renewable for what I'm doing right now, so I will have to plan for that at some point, I'm sure. Which for now we're just gonna dump in a shit ton of coal blocks into everything and just go let it do its thing. There we go, do a little something like that. I think I might have disabled the mob farms without even thinking about it, so we should go check on those. I remember I did last time because I wanted to give the copper golems a chance to actually catch up on their backlog. So I purposefully like disabled it for right now. I'm out of sand there to put in, so I don't need to worry about that toy. That's fine. We'll go ahead and take care of the other side, and then we'll make a pass on the mob farms and go get those all taken care of. And I know this technically isn't like as efficient because when you're smelting a coal block like that, you're using basically 10 pieces of coal when in reality we only need to use 8, but it's, you know, just quicker and easier than having to partition it out by hand. I'd rather just dump it all into one spot and be done with it, you know? You can see though this actually has put quite a serious dent on our reserve. It's gonna be worth it, but man, I have really got to get this one ironed out. I'm thinking about in that dripstone cave near my base, I'm probably gonna have the lava farm there, but I also want like a proper like super smelter or like smeltery in general in that area too, just so that way it's all like together, you know? Because if it's not all together like that, then there's really no point in like having a smeltery like that. And we're also going to dump the sand away while we're still here. There we go. And we'll go put these coal blocks back too. It should be easy enough. And we're going to go ahead and go check on the copper chest and then go sleep in our main bed. And we're also may need to install some lighting. No, it only goes down to 2, but it doesn't get down to 0. But at some point I will, like, dump in... I guess I can just dump in some extra lighting in some of these cross-section bits that are a little darker. And we'll go ahead and turn on hitbox as well, just to kind of get a read on how things are going. And considering these guys can't place any items, it looks like, hey, they're doing very well. So they got a little bit of stuff they're still trying to sort through, but for the most part, they should be all caught up by now, which is great. Actually, wow, these guys aren't, surprisingly. That's pretty interesting. I guess I haven't been here as long as I thought, but we'll go ahead and leave these guys off for now, and we'll just kind of keep doing our checks around on some of the other bits. Alright, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, they're basically all done, but they do have like a little bit more work that does need to be performed, so we'll let them get to it. And we'll go ahead and pop up to our bed. Looks like we got some rain out here right now. Bit of a shame, but that's alright. Alright, we're gonna pop over into our creative world here just for a little bit, because I'm just kind of curious to see if I can remember how to do this or not. You can see some of the older ones that I had. I think it was tick, rate, 20. First of all, we got that. This was a different design that I was going for at some point, and it didn't particularly work out in a way that I cared about, so I was like, whatever. Look, the random tick is all still fucked up. Oh, I still have my old copy from when I was doing it. So it's literally just... Okay. It's an observer with the face pointing at the observer that's going to be outside of it. It's got an obsidian block behind it, and then a lever, and then a redstone, and then a repeater on 2 ticks, and a trapdoor. So these are super easy to build. The only tough-ish part is also having, and this was designed as well with these iron bars for like a dual like bamboo and like melon and pumpkin farm to try and make some more efficient use out of the space or something like that. But that's always a little awkward. The thing here was basically to just have a line of obsidian going the whole way down on the mud, so that way when it was parked it would be flush here. And then for something like this, you would just be able to just send it straight on through, and then that's fine. And then I think it broke on this side by the looks of it, because I tried to carry too much over. I also should have probably locked that up, but that's neither here nor there. Just to go back and forth for a little while. And then you can see how it kind of all feeds into like a whole crafter array. Or at least at the time when I was experimenting with this, that was what the idea was. But, you know, I've gone ahead and locked the hopper for right now. So it's kind of just stuck doing its thing. We'll leave that locked, that's fine. Alright, so now that it's fully parked over here, we should be able to see where we had that from last time, and basically we would just need to move this back 1 space, that way the outermost slime block is flush with the mud to ensure that it's not going to just block everything that's sitting here. But yeah, it's just obsidian, observers, slime block, sticky pistons, trapdoor, redstone dust, and repeaters, so super simple stuff. We should be able to get that knocked out, no problem here. I think instead of obsidian, we're going to use furnaces, so that way we can try and use up those bits of cobblestone we have a little bit more. So let's go ahead and glide on down here real quick. Not really much of a glide since we don't have our elytra on, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. We're just going to go ahead and pop on over to our fancy little cobblestone side. And we're going to grab 8 stacks of cobble, I believe it is. Yep. That should be enough. That'll get us a stack of furnaces, and actually we need more than that. It'll be 18 on like each side. That'll make 36, and then it'll be more than a stack, but I'm just going to make 2 stacks of furnaces just to keep everything simple. Just because I can. And we'll go ahead and put that together. And we'll dump that away. Alright, and now we need slime blocks, sticky pistons, and observers. So how we doing on redstone components? We definitely got the observer, so we need 6 of them, 2 for each flying machine. And 2 for each sets of stations. So we would actually need 8 in total. Oh, excuse me. And we get those. And then we'll get like 2 stacks of slime blocks. Alright, we need 4 repeaters. We have 1. Okay. And some redstone dust. So we'll go ahead and get our 4 redstone dust. Levers as well, we're going to need some of those. We'll leave the levers in there. And obsidian, which we do actually already have obsidian on us, but I'm going to just go ahead and grab a little bit more just from here. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we really just need repeaters. I'm going to turn some of these into iron trapdoors. There we go. That'll cover the iron portion, which means we can go ahead and restock this like so. And yeah, it's literally just repeaters. So all we have to do is pop on over and go get some regular stone. That should cover us. There we go. And then we just need 4 repeaters, and that will cover us on all the redstone bits. Let's go ahead and get those and that. There we go. We'll keep one of those in there. Well, actually, that'll cover us on everything except for the levers, because we did forget to grab just a little bit of cobblestone here. So we'll go ahead and grab some of that, because that'll be really easy to do. That should just be an empty box. We'll leave that there for our glass as we're working on that. And we'll grab 4 of that. There we go. Alright, and we're also going to dump this leather away and like cut the amount of leashes that we have in here by half. I don't really need that many leashes in there. Just while I'm thinking about it, I'm still trying to keep everything all clean, you know. Here we go. And we need sticks, which we should have right here. There we go. We got that. And we got that. And that should cover it. We can get like a little bit of excess glass or some kind of extra block to have on the tip, just so that way it looks a little bit nicer, because otherwise the slime blocks will stick to everything on the sides. So we're gonna go ahead and grab just like 4 blocks of glass or something just out from here. And that should get us all the materials we need to get these built. This should be really easy, ideally. I guess we'll fly up to the top here, and then we will jump out with the elytra and just glide on over. Alright. So, a couple of things. Let's go ahead and just put our furnaces down. I think we literally just want like a whole a whole row of furnaces on each side like this. Just to kind of get things started here a little bit more. Okay. And then we will try and get the flying machines and the relay station set up here first. I also should have maybe brought some extra building blocks with me, but we'll just use furnaces for it for right now. I also should have maybe counted how many blocks away it should be from the edge, so that way I know exactly how far I need to build. So this is an improper one. Let's go to the actual correct one here that we do care about. Note that this would be our furnaces, and then we immediately would have our trapdoor, and then the rest of the thing after that. So yeah, it'll be 3 blocks out where the obsidian has to go, So it'll be trapdoor, observer, and then obsidian, basically. So that should be very easy to do. So finding our center point here, we're going to look for our 9 and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to count again from this side. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's our center points, like so. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and start setting this up. Going to get our trapdoor there. We're going to attach our observer to it. Not like that. These are slabs, right? That's annoying. Fuck it. Slime block pillaring, whatever. Alright, there we go. That would then point into a little bit of obsidian. We would have a piece of redstone dust pointing into a repeater set to 2 ticks and a lever on the back. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Iron farm's still producing really well, so that's all good. And we'll go ahead and just drag this over for right now. And we'll just do this just so we can get back in. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll do another count from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we want it based off of this block here. Because this is on the opposite side. So we got our trapdoor. Our observer. And then our obsidian. And our repeater set to 2 ticks. With our redstone dust. Not quite like that. There we go. And our lever. And we're done. So we could go ahead. It seems like I may have forgotten to place a solid block or something. I could have sworn... Oh, I placed the trapdoor at the wrong height. That's why. The trapdoor needs to be 1 block higher. That's fine. That's super easy to fix on both sides, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll just go ahead and pop on up into here real quick. And we're also going to remove these while we're at it too. There we go. Running straight across, we should find that our other trapdoor is in fact on the other side, which is great. There we go. Alright. So, I guess how we're going to build this, at least for right now, is we're going to, I guess, make sure that we get the piston part and the observer part. We built it a block too low. Okay. So we built a little too low here. My bad. We're also going to pop the bed out real quick. And I mean, just in general, while we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and work on getting the observers fully in place. which is really easy to do. It's just a quick little bit that we gotta get done. Gotta get the observers fully in place. And now we should be able to sleep on a bed. I think I would measure stuff by now, but no, apparently not. That's alright. Alright, all we literally want to do is like that. That went the wrong way. Oh, come on. Alright. There we go. That'll get this section fixed up. Once we place in our trapdoor. There we go. And you can see now that our observer is flush on that level, which is exactly what we're looking for. That's all good. And we can go ahead and get rid of the duplicate bit there. There we go. We may also need to install like scaffolding just to be able to reach this, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, that's neither here nor there. And we're gonna have to do the same thing on the other side. I am still wearing my elytra. That is my pants. We don't want to remove those. And we want that back. And again, we just want to go ahead and build this one up just a little bit more. Very nice and simple. There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And a last little bit here. And then we can go ahead and clear that away. Alright. That'll get our next relay station done. And yeah, we really need some scaffolding to just kind of jam in here. So we're going to pop down into our base real quick and go pick up a stack of it. We also need just like a better entry up into there in general, so we're going to like go load up on just a little bit of scaffold in here. And we're also going to use up one of our bundles to be able to crunch some of that together for right now while we're working. Thank God for bundles, man. Seriously, they are really freaking nice to have, and I love having them. And let's go ahead and get, like, I don't know, 2 stacks of scaffolding. That should be plenty. And we'll go ahead and pop into our bubble column. Oh, yeah, we do actually need to hop in down here. We've actually got a perfect corner on all 4 sides where this can go. And we'll make sure to install like trapdoors up in the tips of these. But I'll probably just put some lighting up there for now, since I shouldn't have to really worry about spawns or anything. There we go. And our last little one here. Perfect. And we got our torches, which we will go ahead and dump them on the corners as well. That should be fine. Looks like we missed a slime block. No big deal. That's our 3rd torch, and we'll go ahead and place one more torch in as well. There we go. And otherwise, I guess we should have brought some slabs with us, but that's alright. We can kind of dip into here real quick and pull a little bit of cobble. We'll go ahead and line ourselves up with this and just put some scaffolding down like so. Yeah, we'll do something like that on both sides, just that way we can see out a little bit. And let's get our crafting table out. And we'll just keep it simple and just turn all those into slabs. And we'll just tuck that whole extra stack away of them. Alright, so that takes care of that. And we can go ahead and put that away. Verify we have our silk touch pick, which we do. And tuck that away. And there we go. So now we'll go ahead and install the scaffolding on the other side as well. Again, gotta have that easy access point. I also did not really note where it specifically was in relation to anything. Okay, it's directly one block in front of the obsidian. Okay, that's easy enough to do. So we'll go ahead and get this done. Let's go ahead and find our obsidian. Well, rather our lever. Look straight down. Oop, there we go. And we'll build out 2 blocks on each side like that. And that gets us back where we need to be. Alright. Now all we gotta do from here is go ahead and get our glass and our other bits and pieces. Place in our sticky pistons. And then just stretch these slime parts out all the way till they hit the end. And place in our glass. There we go. We can dismount that. And we really just need to jumpstart this, so let's go ahead and just get a torch. Ow. Oh, right, I had it, I think I had the lever up. Yep, I did. So this should go ahead and cause it to return nice and smooth, no issues. We also need to take this with us, don't want to leave that there. And we'll see how we do on the return. Nice. Looks like we're good. And we'll just leave it parked over here, so we'll let it run back and do its thing. I can't really hear the pistons moving right now, which is kind of weird. Guess they still are, at least. Yep, and then the slime is flush with the wall, exactly where it needs to be, which is great. So we'll go ahead and do one more check on it as it comes back through here. And it's flush. All right. So we have officially got this fully set up and ready to go, which is great. And really we just need to plant the bamboo, and then every once in a while we can either manually flick it, or ideally I'm going to have an observer like against this wall that will detect when it goes. And then that way we don't have to really worry about it. So we're also going to take the time to just surround this whole thing with furnaces in the correct spots. We have to make especially sure that we do not block off any of the observers or anything like that. Just that way we kind of got like a flush wall here, because it looks nicer. And we'll go ahead and pop on over to the other side and go flick the lever here. That'll keep that locked. And more furnaces. We'll probably have to cook up more furnaces 'cause I didn't account for needing these, unfortunately, so that one's on me for not thinking far enough ahead there, but hey, you know, these things happen. It's easy enough to plan around and fix, so not too worried about it. And there we go. That'll get us started there. And we can send it back and forth whenever we need to. That should just be fine. And ideally, these are also still lit up very well. It certainly looks like it. They're at a black light of 9. So that's very good. Glowstone's put in a lot of nice work there. And that means we can go ahead and build the same thing on the other side. And that will get us where we need to be, which is great. Where'd I put those furnaces? Oh, I put them back in here. We kind of need those. We'll go ahead and sleep here, just skip the night. Don't need to work in the dark when we don't need to, you know. And we're gonna kill that guy. Goodbye. There we go. We'll go ahead and tuck that back. And we'll just, you know, we'll go ahead and use a little bit of our slime scaffolding. I guess we don't actually even need to use slime scaffolding, we can just use regular old scaffolding to get up here. That's kind of what we have it for right now. And we're just going to go ahead and go through and place in a line of furnaces, nice and simple. There we go. And let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And we'll find our center point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count again from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And we want to be up another block here. And we need to dip in to our inventory a little bit and get some of these extra bits and bobs that we're looking for. All right. Let's think about how we want to do this. Not like that. We built it too early anyways. Good start. Okay. Do something like that. And then this is where we get the redstone dust, the repeater, set to 2 ticks, place that there, and then we place our trapdoor there. Go ahead and reclaim all of that. We'll set that there. And we'll go ahead and start using up our scaffolding. There we go. I should be able to do that. And then hop on over and go to the other side and go do the same thing. So we're going to try and walk in a straight line from here to note that this is the line we do not want to build on. We want to build against this line instead. And let's see here, we want an observer. Because we want that. And then we want our redstone repeater. And our dust. and our trapdoor. Okay, that gets that in. And we want to look straight down, place in our slab, which means we can put in our scaffolding. And that should do it. So now all we have to do is build the machine back up again. Again, we want something like that. And then we just want a little something like that for now. We want to place in our sticky pistons appropriately on both sides. And then attach the slime all the way to the end. Like so. And that should complete that. So now all we need to do is give it a bit of a kick here. That'll go ahead and send it through, and then we're going to watch with the F3 screen to ensure that this actually hits properly. Uh-oh. Oh no, I think we're off center. We're off center. Okay. Not cool. We built the engine in a fucking bad spot because apparently we didn't measure that. That's no good. Okay, and then just to verify as well, let me check. Nah, I guess I could check the other one physically. We want the one... Okay, I know what I did wrong. We want it to be here. Like that instead. If I look straight ahead, we are definitely lined up, so that's good. There we go. And you know, we'll go ahead and put that back in there, and we will give this another try. Okay, that looks like that was evenly placed too, which is great. Okay. So, a couple of things. That did definitely line up correctly, which is great. Exactly what we wanted. We'll grab that real quick, and then we will try and beat this over to the other side and go lock this repeater. Or go lock this trapdoor, rather. And we'll vet that this makes it all the way over properly. And if it does, then we are pretty much good. And that is perfectly flush. Good. So now we're going to go ahead and place in whatever furnaces we can. We'll have to cook up an additional batch, but that should still be okay. We just need like one stack of cobblestone and we'll have it done, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and pop over here, get our ender chest and our crafting table and go do that real quick. There's our ender chest. There's our crafting table. There's our stack of cobble. And we'll go ahead and get just a couple more. There we go. Tuck that away in there. That goes back in there. Still got our silk touch pick. And we're gonna actually send this back. Just after we flip that up, and then we'll go ahead and send it back so we can line this up properly. And then all we have to do is place in the glass and the glowstone. And then we're done. Go and get our furnaces. Alright, so that gets us done there, and we really just need glowstone and glass. So we can place in some of the glowstone and glass that we have. It won't do a whole lot, but it'll get us started at least. And if I'm not mistaken, we need 12 blocks in height to do what we need to do. And we can always go a little bit lower, so I think what we're going to do is... Okay, we're going to have 5 blocks of glass, then a layer of glowstone, so that's 6. And then another 5 blocks of glass, that's 11. And then the roof will be basically on the 12th block, so the bamboo will only ever get up to 11 blocks tall. Which should still be okay for really what we need. So we just need to build a 3-high wall of glass around what we have. And then we'll line in the glowstone. This will use up most of my glass until I actually go into my furnace array and I go get all of those out of there. Which is going to be a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and line this whole thing with glowstone. Of course, we are going to need to get more of it, but this will at least get us started for right now. There we go. And that gets us started on at least one edge. And you know, I mean, like, while we're here too, we can go ahead and start this lined in. There we go, that'll get us started. We'll still have to work on getting some more. We're going to flip that up, and then we're just going to go make a quick little run out and around. Just to get that flowing. And then we're going to see how this physically fits in, so that way we know how to mold the glowstone and shit here. Just that way this is a little bit easier. There we go. And yeah, this should be really easy to do. It's just good to double check that this is exactly what we want to do. Now that's going to send it back, I think. Oh, apparently not. Cool. So we can do that, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side when we go pick up our glass, but we can't quite do that for now, which is fine. And then we need to add in some additional scaffolding to get us up to the height here that we're looking for. And yeah, it's just building a bunch of glass and a bunch of glowstone. So that's all we got to do. So we're going to pop on over, first of all, into our bed to go ahead and sleep. And then we're going to take a trip through the nether to try and get a hold of some more glowstone. Because we kind of need a lot of glowstone. This should be a quick little trip on over. And yeah, we're probably going to need like 7 or 8 stacks, I would say. I think that would be enough. So we'll try and get whatever we can. I don't know how much we'll be able to get, but we should be able to get something that'll at least kind of get us done with that first ring of light on like the bottom. And like we don't need it for the top technically, I just want it more for like consistency, but I have to have it for that 5th ring because bamboo needs a certain amount of light, or mainly skylight at the tip of it, and that'll help actually like make sure that we are maintaining that standard that we're supposed to. So it's kind of important. And we're just making a quick little flight up here to take all of this with us. And now that we got some real fireworks to work with, we can actually travel around the nether and take out a bunch of patches a lot easier. So we shouldn't have to scrooge for this as much anymore. And a half stack's enough to already kind of help us out a little bit, but we need more. Oh, I thought I hit the long shot. I did not. No, buddy. Alright, looking for glowstone. It's out in the world somewhere. Flew a little bit too fast there. Still not seeing a whole lot of it. Oh, here we go. We have a slightly dangerous, but you gotta be kidding me. Slightly dangerous set of patches over lava, so we'll just kind of ignore them, I guess, since we're already over here now. Fuck you. That's on me for just being bad, but I mean, like, come on. Just let me land on something here. There we go. Start from the top and work our way down. Not exactly safe here now, is it? We'll go down and get that if we can. Oh, looks like we got a blaze spawner there. That's cool, I guess. We should tank this fine enough, so I'm not too worried. That hurt actually more than I thought it would, I'm not gonna lie. 2.5 hearts is quite big for what we have on, so not cool. I don't mind the basalt. Oh, just let me land on something steady. Alright. There we go. Oh, there that goes. I'm also going to switch that out because that needs to be in my hotbar. Now, considering a stack of glowstone didn't even get me done with 1/2, I would probably need like 4 stacks, I would say, to comfortably be able to get everything done, at least for like the 5th layer that I'm looking to do. So we got like 3 more stacks to go here. Nope, glowstone is glowstone. We got a magma cube nearby. Just a bit, but it's fine enough. Dang. Ow. We were crawling up in the ceiling for a little bit there. Looks like we got a gas nearby too. We don't want him blowing all this shit up, so. I don't see where he is yet. Oh, I see him. There we go. Good shot. Alright, that'll get us to 2 stacks. We're halfway there. More patches up in the ceiling that are a little hard to get, but that's fine. We're working on it. This is a suspiciously flat wall. Because it's just a flat wall. Dang. Oh well. Alright, let's see if we can get a hold. Oh hey, I gassed. Alright, there we go. Hey, if you could not, buddy, that would be very nice of you. Thank you. Alright. Let's go ahead and go get some more glowstone that we had dropped on the ground. Oh, it looks like these were gas tier bits from that gas I just killed. We're at 2.5 stacks, so we are making some good progress here. Go ahead and fly out again. Ooh, nice little bit. Alright, nearly at 3 stacks here, so... It would be faster to just pillar up a block, but I'm already committed to this, so... Sunk cost fallacy and all that. Alright, that puts us at 3 1/3, which is really good. We got another easy patch over here we can walk over to. Could have walked over to had there not been lava. Now this one, on the other hand, we can actually walk over to. Oh, this is a nice large vein as well. Good. Cool. We'll go ahead and get this done. There we go. And that officially put us over 4 stacks, which is all we really need for right now. So we're going to go ahead and first of all make sure these are organized properly, and secondly get out our coordinates book here, because we actually don't know where to go. So we are looking for 3017, 126. So we literally just need to go negative z. It's double negative, by the way. I know I said both of those as positive coordinates, but you saw in the book they were both negative, so. With that, this gets us back to the nether fortress that we live near. Rude. Alright, we'll go ahead and pop on back up here. And we'll go ahead and go place in this ring of glowstone. We'll go pick up some of our glass too, since that should be done as well. Take that opportunity to go get some things fixed up. Maybe after we sleep first. A little bit of a lag spike there. Just a bit. Maybe we'll hard cap this down to 60 frames a second. Yeah, it should still... Ooh. Dang, that still feels kind of sluggish. Well, mainly because it actually is, because it's not even able to stick to 60, but... Yeah, like anytime I look around, my frames dip, which is kind of cursed. I'm not even looking at anything in particular. Oh well. Let's see here. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and tuck that away. And, you know, we'll go ahead and switch some of these around. Alright, that should be enough to get us started, so that's good. So let's go ahead and load up as much as we can. There we go. Now additionally, we've got some gas tiers and gunpowder. We can now tuck all that away. Here we go, and some netherrack. We'll just toss that there. Who needs it? Alright, yeah, that should be plenty for right now, so that should be good. We'll take that with us since it's our glass and glowstone box. We kind of need that. And we'll just go ahead and pop up a floor real quick, nice and easy. There we go. And go ahead and take some of the scaffolding we got. otherwise, let's go ahead and grab just a little bit of extra glass. We'll tuck those away, and we'll get some extra glowstone here too. Go ahead and change our controls here real quick. Our place block is going to be C. All right. There we go. So that'll get us started there, and let's also make sure that this actually goes back to the other side properly. We'll have to try and beat this thing on a foot race to make sure that we flip the lever in time, which I think we'll do just fine. Actually, just to double check that this is actually going to make it back properly, so... Yep, it sure does. Alright, cool. And we'll go ahead and do it again on this side. So, again, you want 5 blocks of glass and then another ring of glowstone. That's all you're looking to do. Very easy stuff. And by you, I mean me. And speaking of which, let's also... Yeah, here it is. Okay, did not mean to place that much. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot I could do that. Well, we'll still leave it up though. I think it'll still be useful. And we just gotta make another ring going the whole way around. Looks like we just ran out of glass here. And where did I put my frickin'... What the hey? Where did I put my shulker box? Ah, there it is. There we go. That'll get us all of that, and then all we really need to do is layer in some more glowstone again. Okay, a little bit too fast. And again. basically want to look straight down more or less. I mean, not straight down, but you want to be at a steep enough angle where it's not possible for you to actually make those kinds of mistakes, but I think I'll be just short here. Yep, just short. Ah, it's alright. Only need like 3 more to do that. Alright, there we go. And we'll take this up with us. And yeah, we're just gonna build a 2-layer around. And then we'll build a 3-layer around, and then that will cover this side. There we go, and we'll go ahead and do 3 blocks up. Probably out of glass after that. Yep. Kinda had a feeling. Speaking of out of glass, we won't have enough to do the other side until we go get the rest of it from the furnaces, so I'll have to make another pit stop down below to go pick up the rest. There we go. And yeah, I mean, we'll layer in like a whole thing of glowstone here. At least as much as we can, because we're also going to get the roof in place before we actually go work on the other one. And then we'll get some more glowstone to finish up this roof and then the rings on the other side when we get that ready and done. But for now, we can go ahead and change our keybinds back, like so. This is also the last of our glass for the time being, so we want to make sure that we place in as much as we can here just to kind of get this all done and dusted. And that'll get it started at least. We got 5, 1, and 5, so yeah, 11 blocks, which would be more than plenty. Can't believe we finally hit that point in the game, though, where we actually need to, like, mine sand to get glass to do stuff. Thought I had a lot longer for that, but apparently not. Alright, that'll complete our glass for right now. And we're gonna go ahead and run into our base, go get some more glass. Luckily we still have like a whole shulker box we can pull from, or a whole shulker's worth that we can pull from. And if I'm not mistaken, it was tied to this side. Yep. Alright, well, I did try shifting things around so I could get into it from above, but apparently not enough. Alright, that'll fill that up, and we'll go ahead and take the rest. There we go. That'll cover us there. Then yeah, I mean, all we really gotta do is go finish that roof up there. Should be easy enough. I'll also make sure to get rid of this scaffolding once we're fully done, because we only really need this just to get to the roof and back, you know. Although I'll probably have to leave some amount of scaffolding because I do need to, like, physically be able to get into here to pick up this bamboo manually. At least for the early bits, you know. Because if I don't have the ability to do that, then a lot of it is going to go to waste, and in order to make the sheer volume of hoppers that we're looking to make, I don't think cutting down trees is going to really cut it anymore. So I'm going to have to, like, by hand make all of the bamboo logs and the bamboo planks and the chest, and then I can start using the hoppers bit by bit to help me accumulate a little bit more at a time. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, cutting down trees would still help, but, like, I don't really want to have to keep doing that forever, you know? And I won't have to once this is all done. I will say, though, it is getting really hard to tell where there are any gaps in anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm hoping we don't really leave any out and about, but there's a good chance we might. And if that does happen, then, you know, it's not the end of the world, just something we got to work around. It's our last stack of glass, so once we place this in out to this edge here, we'll have to load up on more from our shulker. There we go. And we'll just grab an extra bit. We're still holding really well at 60 frames here, so looks like things are going pretty good. I do want to get a newer graphics card at some point, but that's going to be a while because I got to save up money and it's a non-essential purchase, like, at all, so I don't want to, like, really spend any money on anything like that until all my credit cards are paid off next year, which is, in fact, a whole year away, so that's going to be a while. Who knows, maybe by then GPU prices will be on sale and so will clown wigs. Because those prices ain't coming back down to what they were pre-COVID and pre-AI. Which is a bit of a shame, but hey, a 3060 does really more than I need it to do for quite a lot of stuff, and getting anything bigger than that, like a 5070 or a 5080, like, yeah, it's near the top of the line for right now, but like, I don't need it for really anything I do, you know? I mean, it's good to play at, like, larger render distance with, like, less drops, but, like, so what, you know? But we've got the glass ceiling, the walls in place for this one, so we're gonna go ahead and just trim that away just a little bit. Actually, I guess we need to come back up here at some point, so we can't fully get rid of it for right now. We'll leave just a tiny little gap open for our own in and out access to get into here. We'll do the same thing on the other side as well. There we go. Alright, let's do this again. Let's go ahead and hit options, controls, keybinds, change that to C, hit done a bunch of times, and go ahead and get the fast placing back down, get into that rhythm again. There we go, we got some of that. There we go. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, by the way, so we've already been doing this for quite a while here today. And let's go ahead and get just a little bit more scaffolding. There we go. And we're also going to go ahead and fix our controls back real quick. There we go. I don't think I'll stream till 11. I'll probably stream until like 10:30, something like that. Maybe I will make it to 11, but I don't know. We can place all this without the glowstone for right now and then just fill in the glowstone later. That should be okay. Here we go. Perfect. Here we go. We're getting there. I know I've been kind of quiet, but like, you're replacing glass. I mean, what do you want me to say, you know? Glassing it all over the ceiling. I mean, I guess that's true, but I might go back for the glowstone today, like going through the nether, but we'll need probably another 3 stacks or so, I would say. Which again is fine and doable, but I would rather just make sure that I get the glass and the bamboo in minimum. And then all we would have to work on is the hopper collection and the auto crafter at the bottom. Which once we get those, we're pretty much golden. We are out of glass. Well, let's go ahead and do something about that. We should still have a good chunk reserved back in the furnaces if I'm not mistaken, because I feel like we didn't grab everything. But we will go ahead and do a double check. So we're on our gold side right now with our weird fucko armor stand. That one's got nothing. Opposite side of the gold side. These ain't got nothing in them either. Yep, ain't got nothing. Alright, let's try our cobble side. Nothing here. And that means we've only got one more side to double check. And something tells me we're not going to find anything left there. Wow, so we actually just ran out of glass, straight up. Damn. Well, luckily we got all this reserve glass that I've been holding on to for a little while here, so we may be out, but we're not, like, really out, you know. We'll go ahead and, like, tuck all of that away. And we'll go ahead and just slide that back in there. And we'll tuck that in there. And we can take this with us now. That was nice and simple, easy little fix to make. We've got quite a lot of bone blocks again, and another stack of iron blocks, so good to know that our iron farm has still been pumping out a bunch of iron. It's always good to have. We're always going to need more of it, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and pop on back over here. Dang, it's already 9:47 at night, huh? Alright, rest of it is in here. There we go. Alright, it's like it's the roof done on both of them. We just need to get the glowstone at some point to finish it up completely, which I can do that another day, so I'm not too worried about that. And for right now, we're just going to go ahead and pop down to our base yet again, grab that spare shulker box that we should have land by our furnaces, and go load it with bamboo. Because we do need quite a lot of bamboo here. Right, it should be out on this side, and then we will double back to go get the bamboo. Yep, that's got nothing in it. Good. And while we're here, we're also gonna, like, take a second to just do a little bit of lighting here. Just a smidge, just like what we had on the other side. Alright, you guys should definitely have sorted everything away by now. Yep. So, next time I'll make sure to flip them back on, but for now I can afford to leave them off and I think I'll be okay. I got enough shit in there that, like, I don't really feel too bad about it. Bamboo, yes, that's what we were looking for. That should be something to get us started. And that's all I can really say about it, unfortunately. We'll go back up to our bed, and then our actual manual bamboo farm should have some already in the chest that I can go pilfer from to help kind of get this jump started. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go. And yep, out this direction. There we go. Yep. Nice little chunk we can pull from. Alright, that'll help us get started. That won't be the whole picture here. And we'll leave those in a chest. Why not? I don't really need those 6. Okie doke. We are going to go ahead and land a little bit closer to everything over here. There we go. We'll just pop a shulker down there, and we'll load up on bamboo. And we're going to start from the far row and work our way back row by row. So, should be easy enough to do. Just going to take a little bit of time is all. Also prevent snow from falling in here too, which will be nice. I mean, granted, this is just leftover snow from when it has been snowing and we didn't have the roof, so I mean, we won't get snow here ever again, but still, point still stands. That reminds me, I should also go punch out all that excess snow that is down on my base too. Since I have a roof covering it all now, it should never be able to come back, so... make sure to go do something about that. Probably need like a shulker box worth of hoppers to do both of these. Which the iron part we've already got solved, so I'm not really worried about that. But it's the wood part that's going to be a lot tougher because again, we just do not have the wood for this right now. I mean, we can always just keep combining wood until we get like 2 shulker boxes of logs, because 2 shulker boxes of logs, right, is 1 shulker box of chest. That looks like that's a block, but it's not. And then 1 shulker box of iron blocks is 9 shulkers of ingots, which almost complements the 2 shulker boxes or the 1 shulker box of chest, so it gets close. It just won't do the whole thing with the iron that we have. But again, that's not like a today project or anything, it's just something to note for the future. Running out of bamboo here. There we go. I mean, I got most of it. Let's see how much that ended up using up. Not too much. Yeah, so probably about a shulker box of bamboo of hoppers would probably be enough. At least that's what I would like to imagine. We'll install like that bamboo sensor another time. I don't really feel like doing it right now. But literally all it is just an observer at like the one of the edges here or like here or something. And then it will pulse a trapdoor that will update a set of walls, which will then transfer a redstone signal down, and then, or rather it'll transfer a wall update that we can then detect with an observer that we can then send into the trapdoor nearby to send the flying machine out. And then we can just have one of the levers constantly unpowered, so that way the trapdoor knows to return it like basically instantly, so... Alright, there we go. We got that done. That'll start growing and doing its thing. And then we can go ahead and do the same thing right on over here. Go ahead and go out to the back corner again. Hey, we're coming up on day 450 here pretty soon. That'll be pretty neat. I'll have to check to see after I place all this bamboo how much time I've spent in the world. Just out of curiosity, because I don't think I've checked that in a while. India, that looks like a gap, but it's not. I wish there was a way to force bamboo to be centered on a block, you know, instead of it being randomly placed. It would make things a lot easier and certain things look a little bit prettier, but... Oh well, you can dream, right? Pack and a half left in our inventory. There we go. And we just need to empty this last little bit out, and we will see what we got. Hopefully we'll have enough. Alright, finally almost done. Alright, there we go. So yeah, basically a shulker box of hoppers. So we would need 2 shulkers full of wooden logs to make a shulker of chests, and then like a shulker and change of iron blocks to make enough iron for all the hoppers. So quite a lot of stuff we would have to gather. Not impossible, just a lot, you know. We're also going to go ahead and dump all this excess bamboo away real quick. Just while we are wrapping up here for today, and yeah. Let's see here. Here we go. This should have the rest of it here too. We'll make sure to go ahead and clean out our shulkers here, since we're a little behind on getting these cleaned. My mouse froze. Line blocks came in real handy. Those were really nice to have. Scaffolding. Yes, here it is. Then we're gonna dump all this glass away too. And some mud. We should have in one of these dirt ones. Yep, we do. Perfect. Alright, deep slate bricks. That's another one we need to get put away as well. Maybe it was down here. Mm-hmm. Alright, that gets everything all cleaned up from our inventory, which is exactly what we want. And with that, I think we're basically done here for right now. I don't really feel like doing a whole lot else at the moment. And I'm not sure there's a particular need to. That guy rusted. Oh, he is. He's aged. Oh, he's aged. Ooh. Oh, yeah. He's gonna freeze up at some point and maybe just companion already has. Hmm. Oh, I definitely waxed him, yeah. Okay, well, we'll have to stop down there with some wax at some point and get all that done, but that's not a me problem for tonight. I don't feel like doing a whole lot right this second. But yeah, we got both of the bamboo farms in place, just barring like their glowstone and their detectors. And of course the hoppers, which, you know, hoppers are hoppers, that's gonna take a while. But with that being said, that is gonna do it for me today here on day 446. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Bye bye.